Hey there, NBA fan stars. Welcome back to another round of NBA on the court and off the court stories. This time, it's something special for Michael Jordan fans out there. We actually will be discussing things about Michael Jordan that may sound horrible in sense, but they would definitely be the interest of the fandoms out there. Today, we will be discussing 10 horrible things Michael Jordan has actually done. Michael Jordan may very well be the greatest basketball player of all time, and perhaps the best athlete to compete in any sport. This much is true and quite frankly undeniable. Jordan did things on the court that nobody would have predicted a basketball player could ever do. There is no taking away Jordan's accomplishments nor any real way to diminish them. However, just because you are a great basketball player doesn't mean that you are the best person. Accomplishments on the court don't wash away shortcomings elsewhere. Michael Jordan may be a great basketball player, but he's a pretty terrible human being. That competitiveness and drive that made Jordan so great on the court also made him a pretty hard person to get along with in real life. So, let's begin. Number 10. His nights spent in gambling during the playoffs. Jordan's traditional love of gambling reportedly resembles his love of basketball, while some people go so far to say that Jordan's gambling habits and subsequent debts may have been the cause of his father's death. We're not going to reflect on that conspiracy here. What we do know is that his love of gambling almost cost the Bulls their 1993 Eastern Conference Championship victory. While playing the Knicks in New York, Michael decided to hit up the Atlantic City casinos and stay out all night. The Knicks ended up winning the first 2 games, and Michael never played worse. When Michael was finally taken away from the AC blackjack tables, he managed to lead the Bulls to yet another big series win. Number 9. Suing a local grocery store for $8.9 million over $4 worth of coupons. Now, $20,000 may not mean much to Michael Jordan, but apparently Mike can get pretty riled up over coupons. Around the time that Michael Jordan gave his Hall of Fame speech, a grocery store in Chicago decided to run a promotion in which they handed out coupons for $2 off steak that congratulated Jordan and included the number 23. Reportedly, only 2 of the $2 coupons were ever redeemed. However, Jordan caught wind of this and sued the grocery store for using his name and affiliated logos. While Jordan's explanation that he worked hard to make his name mean something, and he wanted to protect that, does make some sense, it seemed unbelievably petty of Mike to ever follow through with the lawsuit. Number 8. Disrespectful to US presidents over golf time. For most people, getting the chance to play golf with more presidents would be the kind of occasion that they treat like a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence. As such, they would be on their best behavior and act relatively civil. Count out Michael Jordan in the 90s. He had the chance to play golf against Bill Clinton. Jordan reportedly trash-talked Clinton the entire match. Now, this trash talk started as pretty friendly banter, but apparently soon escalated as Clinton refused to take some of Jordan's bets. Years later, Jordan revealed that he hadn't had the chance to play against President Obama, but wouldn't want to anyway because Obama was a hack golfer. Obama responded by saying that he thinks he'd probably be as good as Mike if he also had the time to play twice a day for the last 15 years, and noted that Jordan's time might be better spent helping the Bobcats. Hang on there, more horrible acts on the way. Number 7. Threats to Robert Parish. Long before he was an official NBA Hall of Fame inductee, Robert Parish was an all-round great player and a genuine class act. Parish helped lead the Boston Celtics to 3 NBA championships in the 80s with his stellar center play. During his final season in the NBA, Parish decided to sign with Chicago in the hopes of winning one more championship. He did, but he had to put up with a lot of Michael Jordan along the way. Simply put, Jordan didn't think he had to respect Parish's veteran status and still saw him as the enemy. During the team's early practices, Jordan let Parish know that he didn't automatically have his respect and Parish shouldn't step to him because Jordan would beat him up. The 7-foot, 230-pound Parish informed Jordan that he didn't have a chance of beating him up. Jordan got the message and backed off. Big man surely got his vibes scaring people out. Next up, you might find this funny, though it was not such a great act. Number 6. spitting on cinnamon rolls. We don't think you can ever fully appreciate just how petty the dude is for the simple fact that most people could never imagine caring about the stuff that Jordan seems to care about. For instance, Jordan really likes cinnamon rolls. In fact, he used to have a private chef that would sometimes travel with him who specialized in making cinnamon rolls. As you might imagine, Jordan also had a team of bodyguards who would follow him around. Now, a normal person might do something like offering some cinnamon rolls to the people paid to protect him. Not Jordan. No, Jordan saw his bodyguards eyeing the fresh cinnamon rolls and decided to spit on all of them so they wouldn't have the chance to eat them. How is it going galloping these horrible acts? We have 5 more on the list. Number 5. Bringing Kwame Brown to tears. Kwame Brown is generally thought of as a bust with pretty good reason. He was a guy that was expected to come into the league and absolutely dominate from the center position. He went so far as to tell Wizards coach Doug Collins that he would never regret drafting him. Collins, the Wizards, and then Wizards president Michael Jordan went on to draft Brown. Brown was thrilled to play basketball for his idol Jordan, but soon found that reality was far from his dream. Jordan rode Brown constantly during practices, and even in Brown's free time. He once invited Brown to his home and berated him to the point that Brown was reduced to tears. This was not so cool act of a cool player. Moving on. Number 4. Cheated at cards against an old lady. Jordan's time playing for the Bulls, of course, made him a legend, but you can't overlook Jordan's time to North Carolina. In college, Jordan caught the attention of millions who suddenly recognized that the prolific scorer might just shake up the fabric of the league. While playing for North Carolina, Jordan shared a room with Buzz Peterson. The two got along so well that Peterson went on to be the best man in Jordan's wedding. One time, Peterson invited Jordan over to play cards with him, and everything was going fine until Peterson's mother went to the bathroom, and Jordan, without a trace of humor, mind you, looked at her cards. Mind you, there was no money or additional stakes on the line. 3 more on the line. Number 3. Charging thousands just for a photo. If you grew up during the Michael Jordan era, there's a good chance that Jordan still possesses a kind of aura that elevates him above even other celebrities. Michael Jordan was just magic on the court in his prime. There was nobody quite like him, and he played with and against some all-time great players. But one person that felt that Michael Jordan was magic was the rapper Chamillionaire. In fact, Chamillionaire got the chance to meet Jordan at a party. He went up and asked if he could get a picture, even though he expected Jordan might say no. Jordan not only told him no, he then told Chamillionaire that he would take a picture with him if Chamillionaire spent $15,000 on one of his old jerseys. Number 2. Worst in treating low-profile people. Generally speaking, you can tell what kind of person someone is based on how they treat waiters, bartenders, and anyone else in the service industry. A normal person knows that these are real people who are just there to help. Michael Jordan looks down on these people from a great height. Simply put, Jordan is a historically awful tipper. While playing cards with Wayne Gretzky in Vegas, Jordan once tipped a waitress a $5 chip for bringing them drinks all night. Gretzky stopped the waitress, removed the $5 tip, grabbed one of the many $100 chips on Jordan's side of the table, and gave it to her instead, before berating Jordan. Charles Barkley has also stated that he's had to write waitresses checks and apologize to them after they've waited on Jordan. And number 1. Turning Hall of Fame speech into an ego trip. The reason this is number 1 isn't necessarily because it's the most horrible and unforgivable of all of Jordan's actions, but because it's the one story that summarizes what kind of person Michael Jordan is. When Jordan was inducted into the Hall of Fame courtesy of voting landslide, nobody was surprised. Some people have gone so far as to say the rules should have been changed so he went into the Hall of Fame sooner. Jordan's speech included a hint of Jordan's greatness, but it featured a lot more of Jordan's ego, from acknowledging his family only to tell his sons that he feels sorry for them to call out everyone he's ever had the slightest grudge with. Jordan turned the Hall of Fame into a monument to his pettiness. So fandoms, what are your views? These were some unethical acts you might call your favorite player. What's on the court and off the court is different. Stay tuned till we are back with another amazing NBA video. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and thumbs up if you've liked it. And do hit that subscribe button so that you won't be missing out on any interesting videos from now on.